There is a quiet moment that happens in many backyards. You stand behind the window in the early morning. The house is still. The yard is just beginning to brighten. A small bird lands on the fence, turns its head, and looks toward the glass. At first, it feels ordinary. It is just a bird. But then you notice something. It does not react to everyone the same way. When a stranger walks by, it disappears. When you step outside, it only shifts to another branch. Sometimes it appears before you even open the door. Sometimes it waits near the feeder, as if it already knows what you are about to do. And that raises a strange question. What if the bird outside your window is not just seeing a human? What if it has begun to recognize you? Not in the same way another person recognizes you. It does not know your name, your memories, or the story of your life. But it may know your patterns. It may know your footsteps, your voice, your schedule, the way you move, and whether your presence usually means danger or safety. Birds do not live in our yards blindly. They watch, they listen, they remember. A backyard that seems simple to us can be, to them, a detailed map of risk, shelter, food, movement, and familiar figures. Some birds are especially good at recognizing individual people. Crows, jays, magpies, and other corvids have shown remarkable memory for human faces. But even smaller backyard birds can learn routines, sounds, repeated movements, and the difference between a calm person and a threatening one. So when the birds in your yard begin to behave differently around you, it may not be your imagination. You may have become part of their world. The first sign is that they show up before you do. Maybe you feed the birds every morning. At first, the yard is empty when you walk outside. You fill the feeder, step back, and only then do the birds arrive. But after a few weeks, the pattern changes. Before the feeder is filled, a chickadee is already waiting in the shrubs. A cardinal is perched near the fence. A blue jay is watching from a high branch. The food is not there yet, but the birds are. They are not reading a clock the way we do. They are reading a sequence. The kitchen light turns on. The curtain moves. The door handle clicks. The seed container rattles. The sun reaches a certain place in the sky. Your morning routine has become a signal. To you, it may be just another habit. To them, it may be one of the most important moments of the day. Birds are excellent at learning repeated events. If the same person appears at the same time and brings food, they may begin to wait before the food appears. If you are late, they may stay nearby. That does not mean they understand you in a human way. But it does mean they have linked you with a familiar outcome. You have become a sign that something is about to happen. The second sign is that they react to you differently than they react to strangers. Imagine a delivery driver crossing the driveway. Suddenly, the yard changes. Sparrows vanish into the hedge. A cardinal drops low into the bushes. A jay gives a sharp call. For a moment, everything feels tense. Then later, you walk through the same space. The birds still notice you. They are not careless, but they do not panic in the same way. One hops to a farther branch. Another watches you while continuing to feed. A chickadee pauses, looks, and then takes another seed. That difference matters. For a bird, unfamiliarity can be dangerous. A stranger does not have to do anything wrong. The simple fact that the person is unknown is enough to create caution. But a familiar person is different. If you have walked through the yard many times without chasing, grabbing, shouting, or moving suddenly, the birds may begin to place you in a safer category. They may learn that you usually fill the feeder and leave. You garden in one area. You move slowly. You keep distance. Crows and jays may recognize individual faces. Smaller birds may rely on a mix of clues: your shape, voice, clothing, route, and the way other birds react. So if birds allow you closer than they allow other people, it may be a quiet sign of recognition. They have learned that you are familiar. The third sign is that they look directly at you and study you. A bird's stare can feel surprisingly intense. You stand near the feeder. A small bird lands, takes one seed, and stops. It turns its head. One dark eye points straight towards you. The moment lasts only a second. Then it continues eating. Many birds have eyes on the sides of their heads. This gives them a wide view of the world. But when they want to inspect something closely, they often turn or tilt the head to bring one eye into better position. That little head tilt is not just cute, it is observation. It may happen when you wear a new color, carry a tool, stand in a new place, or move in a way the bird does not expect. The bird is gathering information. Are you the same person? Are you holding something dangerous? Are you coming too close? Should it stay, retreat, or sound an alarm? The bird is not thinking about you the way a human friend would, but it is assessing you and comparing this moment with past experience. And if, after that brief inspection, it decides to stay, that is meaningful. Trust in wild birds is often very small. Sometimes it is only a pause, a look, and the choice not to fly away. The fourth sign is that they track your movement through the yard. Once birds know you, they may not flee the moment you appear. Instead, they monitor you. You walk from the back door to the garden. A cardinal turns its body to keep you in view. You move toward the feeder. A jay shifts to another branch, farther away but still present. You bend down near the hose, and a wren disappears for a moment, then peeks out again. This is not panic. It is attention. Even a safe person can become unpredictable. You might walk too close to a nest. You might carry a ladder. You might bring out a dog. You might move faster than usual. So birds keep updating what you mean. Today, you are walking slowly. Today, you are carrying seed. Today, you are digging near the shrubs. Today, you brought someone else with you. Today, you did not fill the feeder. For a bird, this information matters. Flying away every time wastes energy. Staying too close to real danger can be fatal. Watching allows the bird to choose the right response. If birds follow your movement with their eyes, adjust their distance, but do not vanish completely, it may mean you are important enough to monitor and familiar enough not to fear immediately. You are not ignored. You are known. The fifth sign is that your reputation spreads through the yard. A backyard is not just a place where birds happen to gather. It is a living network of information. One bird sees a hawk and calls. Another hears the call and freezes. A squirrel reacts. A robin lifts its head. A chickadee gives a sharp alarm, and suddenly several species pay attention. Information moves through sound, posture, silence, and flight. Your presence becomes part of that system too. If one bird panics when you step outside, others may react. If one familiar bird stays calm, that calm can also influence the mood of the yard. Young birds may learn from adults. Different species may respond to one another's alarm calls. Sometimes a sudden silence says as much as a loud warning. This does not mean birds are gossiping like people. They are reading one another. If your arrival does not cause alarm, and the birds closest to you continue feeding, the rest of the yard may treat your presence as less dangerous. Over time, your reputation becomes a pattern. When the door opens, does the yard explode or does life continue? If birds keep eating, preening, calling softly, and moving normally while you are outside, it may be one of the clearest signs that the yard has accepted you as familiar. The sixth sign is that the sound of the yard changes when you appear. If you want to know how birds feel about your presence, do not only watch them, listen. Step outside slowly and notice what happens. Do the birds go silent? Do you hear sharp repeated calls? Do several birds move away at once? Or do the softer sounds continue? Do chickadees chatter lightly? Does a wren keep singing from the brush? Do the birds return quickly after you step back inside? Bird sounds are not background decoration. They are part of the yard's nervous system. Alarm calls are usually sharper, faster, and more urgent. They may happen when a cat enters, when a hawk passes overhead, when a stranger approaches, or when you move too close. Contact calls are different. They are softer and more scattered. They help birds keep track of one another while ordinary life continues. Your presence can shift the whole soundscape. If every time you step outside the yard becomes silent and tense, you may be too fast, too close, or too unpredictable. If the birds give a few alert notes and then settle again, they may be cautious but not terrified. If they continue their normal sounds while you move gently, that is a small but real form of trust. Most people wait for a dramatic sign, like a bird landing on their hand. But wild trust is usually quieter. Sometimes it sounds like the yard not going silent when you arrive. The seventh sign is rare, debated, and easy to misunderstand. Sometimes birds leave objects behind. A small stone appears near the feeder, then a piece of bark, then a shiny bit of metal, a shell, or a strange little object placed close to where food usually appears. It is tempting to call these gifts, and with some birds, especially crows and jays, that idea is not impossible. Corvids are curious, intelligent, and highly interactive. They pick up objects, hide them, inspect them, move them, and sometimes seem to place them near people who regularly feed them. But we have to be careful. Not every object near a feeder was brought by a bird. Wind can move things. Squirrels can move things. Children can drop things. Yard work can scatter things. And even if a bird did bring the object, we should not automatically assume it means gratitude in the human sense. The strongest signs are repetition and context. Does it happen more than once? Does it happen in the same place? Is there a particular crow or jay nearby? Has the bird been visiting for a long time? Does the object appear after a stable feeding routine? If so, it becomes harder to dismiss. Maybe it is curiosity. Maybe it is exchange. Maybe it is a learned behavior connected to the feeding place. Maybe, in some bird way, it is a response to you. The wonder is not in proving that it is a gift exactly as humans define it. The wonder is that a wild animal may be interacting with your presence in a repeated and specific way. The eighth sign is the most emotional one. A bird appears when you are grieving. This part is different because it is not only about science. It is about meaning. There are days when a house feels changed. Someone is gone. A chair is empty. A familiar voice is missing. The world outside continues, but inside, time feels heavy. Then a bird appears at the window, a cardinal on a winter branch, a robin on the fence, a dove near the porch, a small wren by the steps. The bird may do nothing extraordinary. It may simply stay longer than expected. On a morning when you needed something living to break the silence, science can explain part of this. Birds remember safe places. They visit food sources. They notice quiet spaces. Some species observe human routines very closely. Culture adds another layer. In many communities, cardinals are associated with loved ones who have passed. Doves are connected with peace. Robins often suggest renewal and the return of life. And grief adds the deepest layer of all. Not every meaningful moment needs to be proven to matter. If a bird appears during a painful season of your life and gives you comfort, the comfort is real. You do not have to turn the bird into a supernatural messenger. You also do not have to dismiss the feeling. Sometimes life comes close at the exact moment we feel alone, and that is enough. So how do you become someone birds can safely recognize? The answer is not to force closeness. It is not to make them land on your hand or chase the perfect video. It is to become predictable, gentle, and safe. Show up regularly, but do not pressure them. Move slowly. Avoid sudden lunges toward feeding birds. Do not approach nests. If parent birds become loud and agitated, step back. Their alarm is a boundary. If you feed birds, do it responsibly. Keep feeders clean. Avoid bread, salty foods, and processed snacks. Place feeders where birds can escape quickly into shrubs or trees. Make nearby windows visible so birds do not crash into the glass. Protect them where you can. Keep cats from hunting. Plant native shrubs and trees. Avoid heavy pesticide use. Create a yard with shelter, insects, seeds, water, and safety. And remember, trust does not mean tameness. A bird does not need to sit on you to prove that it knows you. A wild bird staying wild is not a failure. The most respectful kind of trust may look ordinary. A bird keeps eating while you stand nearby. A chickadee returns after you fill the feeder. A cardinal watches from the hedge but does not flee. The yard continues its life with you inside it. At first, most of us think birds come to our yards only for food. But the longer we watch, the more we realize something deeper is happening. They learn schedules. They distinguish familiar people from strangers. They study movement, sound, distance, and routine. They listen to one another. They react through alarm, silence, softness, and song. Some may even leave objects that make us wonder where instinct ends and relationship begins. And sometimes they appear in moments when the human heart is most open to meaning. Maybe the greatest wonder is not simply that birds can recognize us. Maybe it is what happens when we finally recognize them. We begin walking more slowly, listening more carefully, noticing the difference between an alarm call and a contact call, remembering when the cardinal usually comes, learning which branch the chickadee prefers. The backyard stops being empty space. It becomes a community of lives overlapping with our own. A bird's recognition is not loud. It is built from repeated mornings, careful distance, small acts of safety, and the patience to let a wild creature decide what you mean. And perhaps the most beautiful moment is not when a bird comes close. Perhaps it is when it no longer feels the need to fly away. When it sees you open the door, turns its head, measures the moment, and stays. It may not know your name, but it may know your rhythm. It may know your kindness. It may know that when you enter the yard, life can continue. And in the world of a wild bird, that may be one of the deepest forms of trust. So now I want to know, have you ever felt that a bird recognized you? Was there a cardinal, a crow, a robin, a dove, a chickadee, or some other visitor that reacted to you differently than everyone else? Did one ever appear at the exact moment you needed comfort more than explanation? Share your story, because to someone else, it may have been just a bird, but to you, it may be a memory that never leaves.